on Miss Indy's Kitchen. We're going to be making three pepper quesadillas, another gem from the appetizer cookbook that I got recently. And to start, we have half of an onion sliced thin, and a very loud noise, and a dog wanting attention, and one each red, yellow, and green bell pepper sliced into thin strips. So with these, we're going to saute them in the skillet until they're soft. So just a smidge of olive oil in there.
Now you used olive oil.
Yeah, the recipe calls for margarine, but I don't keep margarine on hand because I don't really care for it. And olive oil for me is what I pretty much saute all my veg in, so that works. You know, vegetable oil would work also. So, onions. And then the peppers. This is kind of the way you would make fajitas, but you're making quesadillas. And with these quesadillas, the filling will be an 8-ounce package of cream cheese, softened. It's been sitting out since I got up, so it's been out for several hours to come to room temperature. Kind of the way you soften butter. It's got to sit out for a bit. And then half a cup of Parmesan cheese. And then we put the mixture on tortillas, and then I will fry them on a griddle, which I have put pan spray on. So, and here's get another pair of tongs. I use so many tongs that I have probably about 6 or 7 pair.
So we could nickname you Queen Tong.
Nah, I have a maybe clean kitchen tool because I have, but not to say that I'm a tool, but I have kitchen tools and kitchen tools, and they're all divided up into categories. I've got my cooking tools, scrapers, things that mix and mash and whip, and then spoons and other odd bits there. So when you cook a lot, it helps to have a well-stocked kitchen. I remember one time ages ago, before my sister really started cooking, I wanted to make some food at her house, and she didn't have as much kitchen equipment as I did, so I had to improvise a lot, but I felt like I was camping. Sorry, Julie, but that was a long time ago before you started using a lot of new tools in your kitchen. So we're going to saute these till they get tender, which may take a few minutes. So while those are mixing, I am going to go ahead and show you how we make the cream cheese and Parmesan filling for these. So just open up your block of cream cheese. I'm going to move this one bowl out of the way for just a minute. And I'm going to use my glass mixing bowl. Having these things right next to the heat is not a good idea, so I'm moving them back. Alright. So, I'm going to take the cream cheese, and this is like my 6th scraper today, so you can tell I have a lot. Alright. So let me get all the goodies off the wrapper. Okay, so I'm going to set that down for just a sec. And I'm going to stir the peppers up a little bit. Alright. Then measure out a half a cup of Parmesan. And this is the pre-shredded. With Parmesan, it's just easier to buy it already shredded. It's a very hard cheese anyway, so I don't think it would really stick to itself anyway. So, half a cup. And I'm just going to get in there and get a half a cup of Parmesan. Like that. And then, rather than using our stand mixer, I'm going to use my hand mixer. Alright. This thing is pretty old, but it works. That's what happens when the little knob isn't turned all the way up when you store it. It somehow got bumped. Kind of like the vacuum cleaner when you accidentally, when you plug it in, it automatically starts up. Alright.
Well, we know it still works.
Yep. Sometimes older kitchen tools are actually better because they're made of better materials. Back when people actually took care of things and fixed them when they needed it. So, alright. We're going to blend this. Woo! It's going to make the bowl dance. You gotta do this carefully so you don't end up wearing your concoction. Alright. And now we have it thoroughly embedded in the beaters. But what you can do, since this is a bowl with higher sides, just hold it down, turn the speed up gradually, and that will help shake the filling off. See, that got off most of the filling.
Wow.
That's why when you're using a hand mixer, I prefer a bowl with higher sides. Simply for that reason, it helps keep your ingredients contained. So these peppers are starting to soften. So now we'll get our tortillas ready. And, alright. So I'm going to get the rest of the cream cheese mixture off the beaters. That one's not too bad, but this one's got a fair bit on it. Alright. Okay. Alright, so put that in the sink. And then for the next part of the recipe, we'll spread 2 tablespoons of the cream cheese mixture onto each tortilla and then top with the pepper mixture. So to scoop out the filling, I'm going to get a cookie scooper because that actually is a really good way of measuring out filling for things. I think that looks absolutely delicious. Kind of like when you make fajitas, you saute the peppers. Alright. So, let me get a cookie scoop and wipe the cream cheese off my hands here. Alright. Kind of like when we made burritos in a previous episode. It's easier to scoop out and measure out filling when you're using the cookie scoop because work smarter, not harder. Just use a tool that does the job and it gets it done well. Alright, so, and it also says to put in some cumin as it's finishing cooking. So, a half a teaspoon of cumin, and I guess I didn't get the spoon out, but I'll just guesstimate it. So, half a teaspoon of cumin. To me, that's just a little sprinkle over the vegetables. Because cumin is a great seasoning for things that are like Mexican type food or Southwestern.
Or Indian food, that's too.
Yeah. I have a ton of spices in my cabinet because I cook so much. Alright. And I have so many spices that start with the letter C, they have their own basket. So I'm going to turn this off since these are mostly cooked. And then I'm gonna get the tortillas out. It called for 6-inch tortillas, but these I believe are 8s, so that's what I got instead. But that's okay. It all works. Let me get a plate. Alright, so I'm going to put the tortillas on the plate, and the recipe calls for 10 tortillas, so you're going to put the filling on, add the peppers, close it up, and then I'm going to fry it on the griddle. The original recipe calls for baking it, but I make quesadillas on the stove, and I find that easier. So when you have a recipe and some basic cooking knowledge, you can change little bits of it to suit what you're doing, and I just find that this actually works better. So we're going to get a little bit of the cream cheese filling. So it says 2 tablespoons, so that's about 2 tablespoons there. And then the scraper right here, just spread it out a little bit. And this is a different take. Normally with quesadillas I use some form of cheddar. So what I'm going to do is just put the peppers on there. So we're going to be doing 10, so we don't want to do too many, but we don't want to do too few. So just going to take them like this, fold them up, put them on the griddle, and let them start cooking while I fix more.
Did you put anything on the griddle?
I used pan spray on the griddle because that's just easier to make sure it doesn't stick. So we're going to spread the cream cheese on. Alright, these are still sizzling. They're nice and hot. And then spread the cream cheese. So spread that. And then top with some peppers. And then fold it up. And put it on the griddle. Alright. So now, where's that one spatula? See if these are browned yet. Yep, they're brown. So let's flip it over.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And that one's heated up. Okay.
So you want to get them a nice little honey color brown.
Yeah. Give them a nice little suntan there.
So the difference between this recipe here is quesadillas and like fajita would be just the meat, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hybrid between quesadillas and fajitas because it's got a cheese on it, which a quesadilla would have, but not meat like a fajita would have. So, let me get another plate for the done ones. And let's see here, where did I put my pizza cutters at? Alright. So we're going to take these off. And these you would also serve with sour cream, salsa as a garnish. So I'm going to cut these into little wedges.
And you're using a pizza cutter.
Yeah.
Huh.
See? Doesn't it look delicious?
Yes.
Alright, our 3 pepper quesadillas are now done. Done cooking, that is. And basically, this makes a lot. We have 2 plates of cut up and 4 additional quesadillas that have not yet been cut. So out of those peppers and onions sauteed, And then the cheese mixture with the cream cheese and the Parmesan, you end up with a lot of food for, you could even serve it for a lunch or a light dinner for your family, or for game day, and you could serve it alongside with some sour cream, salsa, either red salsa or salsa verde. That's my preference, is salsa verde. So there you have your three pepper quesadillas. And again, thank you for watching us, and please like and subscribe and give us your feedback. And we look forward to seeing you again soon on Miss Cindy's Kitchen. Have a great day.
Thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen. To get more recipes like this one, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Share it out to your friends, family, neighbors, and leave us a comment to let us know how this recipe worked for you. And don't forget to hit that like button. Again, thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen.